Special senses is covered in chapter 17. Our body possesses the ability to sense our environment, whether it is environment outside of our body or the environment inside of our body, and that ability is given to us by senses. The senses can be divided into two categories. The senses can be general senses, or the senses can be special senses. General senses can be experienced in virtually every place in the body. For example, the sense of touch, also known as tactile sense, can be experienced in all of the body parts. We use our fingers to touch objects, but if something like brushes up against our body, that is also considered touch. You're sitting on a chair, for example, you're feeling the surface of the chair with your body, and that is also a sense of touch. Touch can be felt in many different degrees. Touch can be felt as pressure, it can be felt as light touch, as tickle. Itch is also could be felt as a tactile sense. Touch can be felt from vibration, and all of these sensations that have like an object or something coming like in contact with our body and putting either a very light pressure on our body or significant pressure on our body is considered a tactile sensation. Temperature is another general sense that we can experience in our body. It is a sense that we experience mostly from our skin, but we can also feel it inside of our body. If we're, like, say, drinking like cold water or hot liquid, we can feel its temperature inside of our mouth, but also kind of like going down our esophagus into the stomach, that coolness or hotness spreading. So we can feel the temperature that is going to be the temperature of something that is warmer than our body. We're going to feel it as warm or even hot. And we can feel it as a temperature of something that is cooler than our body temperature. So we're going to feel that as cooler or cold or even freezing. Sometimes touch or temperature can be extreme, and that could cause pain to our body. So pain is the next general sense that we can experience everywhere in the body. Pain is felt when there is some kind of damage happening to the body. So that damage could be happening from a very hard touch, like a really strong pressure, or like a blow to a body, breaking some of the body tissues and cells, causing potentially bruising. That's going to be felt as pain because there's blood vessels rupturing, there's cells being damaged. Temperature extremes can also cause pain by damaging our body tissues. So extremely hot or extremely cold temperatures are felt as pain because they're damaging our body tissues. Pain can be felt from a scratch, that's a break to a skin or body surface. It can be felt from a cut, that's a deeper damage into our body tissues, also known as laceration. Pain can be felt inside of our body from the internal damage that could happen, possibly from like the exercise, causing some damage to our muscle. It takes time for that to rebuild, so we can feel sore muscles for a couple of days after a vigorous exercise. Pain can be felt from a fracture to a bone. Pain can be felt from joint aching. Internal organs could also ache. We can feel pain in our stomach, which is quite common from either ingesting something that is harmful or something that even causing gas, causing distension to our intestines, and that could cause pain inside of our abdomen. So generally speaking, pain is felt when there's some kind of tissue damage happening in our body. The next general sense is called proprioception, and proprioception is the awareness of our body in space. It could be provided to us by many different senses. It can be provided to us through touch. It could be provided to us through vision. It could be provided to us through special structures inside of our ears and even hearing itself. But when it comes to the general proprioception is felt mostly inside of our muscle and joints. So there's special receptors inside of our muscle and joints that tell us about the position and stretch in our muscles and position of joints, whether that joint is extended or flexed. So to experience proprioception, please close your eyes and reach with your finger and touch your nose. You know exactly where your nose is located because of that sense of proprioception. You don't even need to look. Another way to experience proprioception is to keep your eyes closed and feel whether or not you are sitting upright or upside down. So we know that we are sitting upright because of that sense of proprioception. So proprioception, generally speaking, is the awareness of the body in space, whether we are sitting upright or upside down, where's our body parts located without looking at those body parts, and even if we're moving or sitting still. And the last sense that is considered general sense, it can be experienced everywhere in the body like the rest of the senses, is called a chemical sense. And this is a unique sense because we don't actually consciously experience this sense, but our body's autonomic nervous system experiences this chemical sense. Chemical sense is the detection of various chemicals inside of our body. For example, in the bloodstream, our bodies know how much water we have in our bloodstream, how much glucose, the sugar we have in our bloodstream, how much salt we have in the bloodstream. And this way, our body can regulate the composition of these chemicals in our body. For example, if there's not enough water in our blood, our body will signal to us, our brain will signal to us that we're thirsty and we should drink some water. Or if we have low glucose in our blood, our body will signal to us that we need to eat. That means we've been hungry for too long, so we need to eat and replenish that glucose. Now, special senses are provided to us by special sense organs only. They can only be experienced in certain parts of our body as opposed to everywhere in the body, like general senses. So special senses, there's 5 of them. Special senses are going to be vision. So this is the sense of sight. We can only experience it with our eyes. Hearing is the sense of sound detection, and this is the sense we can only experience with our ears. The sense of balance is also experienced by special structures inside of our ears. The sense of smell is located inside of our nostrils, on the roof of our nostrils. And the sense of taste is experienced inside of our mouth, mostly on the surface of the tongue.